For trains that run a little slower and closer to the ground, automatic lubricators grease the tracks to minimize heat and friction. The Iowa Northern Railway Company uses a magnetic wheel counter to trigger their rail grease dispenser.
We've got the lubricator set so every 12 wheels, it'll operate for 0.2 seconds, pumping grease to the wiper rails clamped inside the rails. And as the grease is pumped, you'll get a finger of grease coming up through each of the 48 ports. And the grease will come up on the inside of the rail, and as the wheel passes over, the wheel picks up the grease, carries it down the rail with it for 5 miles in either direction.
10 feet from the tracks, the lubricating reservoir stores the railway grease.
Inside this box, we've got our control panel, which controls how much grease we actually put out. We adjust both time and the number of wheels that go by to control. And the pump moves the grease from the reservoir through the hose, up into the railroad tracks, and you want to reach a perfect balance where you can have just the right amount of grease so that you don't get over on the top of the rail and create traction issues, but yet put just enough to spread down the track. So here comes the train, and what you're going to see is, if you look close, you can see grease actually coming up through on the inside of the rail. And you can see the grease stretching.
Iowa Northern uses an extreme pressure lithium complex grease that can handle the heavy load of a freight train. It's typical of most railway greases, except for one important difference. This grease isn't made from petroleum. It's made from soybean oil.
This soy-based grease biodegrades. In 28 days, 60% of this grease will be already biodegraded. So it's better for the railroad tracks and it's better for the environment.
This bio-based rail grease is the most popular product of environmental lubricants manufacturing in nearby Grundy Center, Iowa. Here they make about 2 million pounds of grease every year for all kinds of industrial applications, all from vegetable oils.
These products perform equal or better than their petroleum counterparts, and because the price of petroleum has been going up, now the price of these products are actually comparable. Today, every major store carries these products.
ELM greases also make use of a prolific local product.
We're in the middle of Iowa. We have tremendous amount of surplus of soybean oil and other vegetable oils. So our initial mission was to find new uses for our excess soybean oil.
This we call charging the tank, charging the vessel.
Manufacturing grease from vegetable oil is no different than making it from a petroleum base.
We're heating the product and creating soap, and later down the process will then turn into grease.
While the basic grease-making steps are the same, what's cooking the oil at ELM is a brand new technology that uses a heat source found in most American kitchens: microwaves.
It's really very similar to your home unit. It's just a magnitude of larger, much more power.
Just like a kitchen microwave, the crew punches a touchscreen to select the specific temperature and power output they need to cook up their batch of grease.
There's a power supply in here that puts out about 17,500 volts. That's feeding into a magnetron, just like your home unit. That energy is then transported through that waveguide over to the applicator and then dispersed into the product inside that tank.
The microwave application is so much more efficient, it's much safer, it's a lot easier to teach people to use, actually taking about 1/3 as much time as the conventional method of heating.
Which allows ELM to produce more high-performance bio-based greases faster and cheaper.
These products are going to not only bring us back to a healthier environment, but reduce our dependence on imported oil.
So with bio-based lubes making a comeback, watch for more vegetable oils greasing our wheels. The International Bird Rescue Research Center in Northern California has been saving coastal birds after oil spills since the early 1970s. With vegetable-based greases and other more environmentally friendly lubes on the rise, there may be less oil-covered birds in our future. That's a good thing, because in one form or another, grease is sticking around to keep our world moving fast and friction-free.